Let's spill the tea on what brands you all do not trust. This is a bonus episode, by the way, everyone. They're always a little bit more informal than my main episodes. I come out with 2 a week, just in case you didn't know. And we have a bit of fun. We let a little bit loose on the bonus episodes. And you know what I want to say? This episode was not my idea. This was producer Xander's idea.
Guilty as charged. I took over the DMs because I am a tea-fueled individual and I needed some drama. And you provided that I was flooded with responses.
How good. And so what's your objective of this episode today, Xander?
My objective is I want to see what are like the common links with brands and businesses as to why people don't trust them. Is there something in common that they're all doing?
Like what themes are we seeing?
Yeah, and then also which ones, the ones that we do trust, why do we trust them? What makes them so trustworthy?
I think brand trust is something that is really undervalued when it comes to businesses.
Yeah.
When you start a business or when anyone starts a business, you don't think, okay, how am I going to get people to trust me? But trust is so important when it comes to owning a brand and having a community and having customers. Like earning their trust is fucking everything, but no one ever really talks about it. But when you think about it, like we put so much trust in brands and there are other brands that we just don't trust at all. So I think let's start with the spicy messages, Xander. I'm going to go straight in and I'm going to read out some of the brands that people don't trust and why. And oh my goodness, I want to say these are not my words. I'm reading this from everyone's messages that were sent through on my Big Business Podcast Instagram. But you know what? I'm going to give like my opinion and feedback on all of these messages. So, oh no, am I going to have these brands come after me? I'm shooting myself in the foot here, Xander. Oh, okay. These are in no particular order. Some of these I'm like, what? Oh my God, there's so many. Holy shit. When you put up those stories, Xander, I quickly scrolled through the replies, but seeing them all here now, I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay. In no particular order, let's just go through and read some of these out. These are the brands that you don't trust and why. April's looking at me like scared. Okay, Jetstar, always cancelling flights, etc. I would say this is a pretty common one. I think a lot of people have, just based off like friends and what I've heard, like Jetstar is one of those brands that kind of sadly has that reputation of not being overly trustworthy. And you know what I will say to this? We fly with Jetstar a lot from Newcastle because we're like a regional city and we have a regional airport. We don't get to be fussy when it comes to who we fly with. If we need to get somewhere and the Jetstar flight is the only one there, because we don't have that many flights every day, we fly it. And I know one of my friends in Melbourne, he is like a Virgin snob. Like he loves Virgin Airlines and he's like, oh, I would never fly with Jetstar. And I'm like, well, some of us don't have the luxury of picking and choosing which one we fly with, because when you're from Newey, you just take whatever flight is at the time that you need to fly, which is a shame about Jetstar. I see some of the stuff that they do on social media and like I think they're really trying to like level it up over there and they do some cool things on social media and cool campaigns and stuff that I see pop up. But yeah, Jetstar is one that even I know for a fact that people don't really trust them. Next one, MCO Beauty. I hate the copycat approach. Seems so sneaky and untrustworthy. Again, I feel like this is another one that people have like strong opinions about. People love it because they say, well, fuck it. Like I can't afford the big designers, expensive makeup brands. If someone's out there making a dupe of it, of course it's more affordable, more accessible. I'm going to shop with them. But then where do your ethics lie in terms of just blatantly copying other brands? So I'm with you on that one. It does leave a bad taste in your mouth, but also at the same time, I completely understand that you have to shop, within your budget. And if what you can afford is the designer dupes, then by all means, who am I to say that you shouldn't support them?
They're low-key great. Just saying.
Yeah, like they make some good dupes. Like I've used a few of them over the years and yeah, they're like not bad products at all. Like they do their job, but it's just extremely ballsy. Like I know that lady doesn't own it anymore. Is it Shelley? She doesn't own it anymore. She completely Yeah, she's just gone, fuck it. Like, I can do it. I've got the lawyers and solicitors. And part of me is like, okay, well, good on you. Like, if you're that confident. But then also I'm like, also, what the hell? Like, if I copied a Cook Eye something, people would call me out straight away. But, she has a whole business that is just based off making like an almost identical dupe and gets away with it. So it's just a really interesting business concept. But she, sold her other half just recently. So she's got nothing to do with it anymore. I'll be interested to see where that business goes now that she's not part of it, because I feel like, I think her name's Shelley. She was the driving force behind MCO. This next one, I actually know this. Maybe, and I feel like this is more niche. The Sea Moss brand with the washed up guy from Maths in their reels. I don't know if you guys know that one. I don't know what it's called, but I think his name's Brent, and he was on Maths. He made this sea moss company. You'll have to look it up on TikTok. Like, how you eat sea moss and it's meant to have all the health benefits and whatever. Anyway, he started this company after Maths, and then no one was getting their orders, or they were getting them and all the sea moss had exploded in the bag. Like, it was just nuts. It was this whole thing on TikTok. And then he's made really defensive videos that come off extremely passive aggressive. If you want to go down a bit of a rabbit hole, look up Sea Moss Brent. Anyway, I done a doozy with that one, so I'm with you on that one. Ooh, this one's a clothing brand, Xander Clothing, Honey Burdette, which I know that brand has been under so much fire and in the media so much from the way that they treat their employees, like overworked, understaffed, no lunch breaks. So that's another way that people can lose trust with brands, is by actually being employed by the brands. Ooh, Temple & Webster, 3 orders and issues every time. See, like, that's so interesting, because I've ordered off Temple & Webster so much and I've had great experiences. It just goes to show as well, like, people can experience a brand in different ways, and I think the same could apply for Fate. I think I know for a fact there would be people out there that absolutely don't trust us for whatever reason. Maybe they've had one bad experience. I've had people go into our stores and then not had the greatest experience. They email us and say, this was the worst experience ever. I'm never coming there again. And then we've got, regular customers that go to our stores every single week and have the time of their lives. And I think from a business perspective, that's just something that you have to accept. The same way that I accept that I can't make all of my staff happy at every moment of every day, I also accept the fact that I can't make every customer happy every moment of every day, because that's just physically impossible. I love this one too. I don't trust brands that are heavily promoted by influencers who seem only to promote products on every post. The influencers that don't post any normal content, always an ad. It's giving, I'm only promoting this to get paid and I haven't actually used it or tried it to give an honest opinion. I think that's a massive one, and influencer marketing is obviously a super powerful tool. And I once upon a time was an influencer that did paid posts every single week, and that was my income. But as business owners, we have to be really tasteful and careful with our marketing, because I'm exactly the same. If there's a brand out there and every influencer is promoting it, it's painting a picture around your brand that it's just a brand that people get paid to post about. And whilst that can have amazing short-term impact, and I'm sure your sales would go through the roof, it can also have a longer lasting impact on your customers, and they will always remember you for being that brand that just worked with every influencer all the time. Man, there's so many. You know what? There's so many on here that I'm actually scared to read out because I don't want the brands to come for me. I'll pick one more. Ooh, hi, Smile. Toothpaste is gross and toothbrush literally is just a stick that vibrates 0 out of 10. I see all businesses from the consumer standpoint. Like, I'm a consumer of businesses and brands, but I also see everything from a brand standpoint. Hi Smile are extremely successful. They have done an amazing job getting to the size that they are. Like, they're a Gold Coast brand. They're absolutely huge. They've worked with massive names. They have done some extreme marketing campaigns that have worked amazingly for them. They've also pissed off a lot of people, because I know everyone sees their ads and they're like, no more Hi Smile ads. But at the same time, like, yeah, there's a lot of negativity around them online too, because they're everywhere in everyone's face. But I can't say I've ever actually tried any of their toothpastes, because for me, toothpaste just needs to be mint. Like, I don't want chocolate flavored toothpaste. Thank you very much. Let's end this episode on a positive. Let's read through some of the brands that you trust and why you trust them. Now, I've got to say a special thanks to so many of you that wrote fate, because that's really nice. So there's just fate with a love heart. Why do people love? Fate because of me. Hey, I love that. Let's read some other ones that people love. Bunnings, their shit is sound. They have great returns and the staff know everything. Straight to the point. I love it. Mecca, great loyalty program. Qantas, good safety record. That is a reason to love a brand for sure, like safety. Same goes for like car brands. Like we want to be looking at the safety of the cars that we're buying. And we've got more here. LSKD, genuine customer service is top tier. Legacy brands, longevity equals trust. Oh, that's an interesting one. So think Estee Lauder, Yves Saint Laurent, Dior, Chanel. So this person is saying if a brand has been around for a really long time, that makes them feel like they can trust them. And I think that's kind of interesting because, yeah, like you must be doing something right for your brand to last a really long time. Breeze Balm, love their message and that it was family founded. Only lip balm I use. Hey, Lucy, you should get yourself a glazy, but I do love Breeze Balm. If you don't know Breeze Balm, it's owned by Sammy Leo, and her grandfather started the formula back in the day in New Zealand. It's an amazing brand. Fate, transparency, friendly. Yes, please. I've never heard of that, but it says nutrition-backed, friendly, and transparent. I'll have to look that up. Someone, I think, accidentally put in here Temu because you don't know what you're getting until you get it. But I think they meant to put that in the one that they dislike. Naked Harvest, founder-led content, transparency, community focus, which I know Naked Harvest has just rebranded to New Harvest. Someone said that they trust small businesses, and I would agree. Like there's this level of trust when you know that you're like supporting a small business as opposed to a large corporation. Aldi, they know their position in the market, and head office staff I know always love the company. I love Aldi too. You know what? Good on you, Aldi. Snaps for Aldi. I love Aldi too, and every time I go back to Aldi, I'm like, I need to shop here every single time. But I'm just so lazy and love a click and collect. The Iconic, really great customer service. I love the Iconic too, and I always talk about that. So what does make a trustworthy brand? From reading all of these responses, I think transparency is the number one thing. People really appreciate a business that is transparent with its customers and community. The other thing that I'm seeing here is great customer service. Great customer service goes an absolute mile. And a great service in stores as well. Like when it comes to retail, people like a good loyalty program. People also love a brand that has quality. So for example, if you're shopping clothes, like people are looking for that really great quality. I think all of those things combined is what will make people trust a brand. But the thing that's standing out the most in these DMs above everything is transparency. So business owners out there, if there's anything that you can take away from this episode to implement into your business, transparency is what people are favoring the most when it comes to trusting a brand. And how can you be transparent as a brand? You can be transparent on your organic social media. You can be transparent in your email marketing. You can be transparent in your customer service. Just in all ways that you communicate with your customers is where you can be transparent. And it just goes to show, just looking at all of these DMs, like the most common theme is transparency. So I feel like that's even a great reminder for me. Like I feel like we're always transparent as a business and a brand, but I want to be more transparent. Oh, I've got to do one more last honorable mention. Hero Packaging. The realness and honesty of her business is great. And that is owned by my friend Anita. And if you ever need any packaging, hit her up because they do basically everything these days. But you know what? I could read through all of these and I'm sure everyone would want me to keep reading the brands we don't trust one more. But this is just a bonus episode, so I can't let it go for too long because Xander says they just need to be short and snappy. And thank you, Xander, for thinking of this episode idea and putting the the stories up and getting all the DMs. And in case you didn't know, send us a DM on the Big Business Instagram because that's where we read all your DMs, and Xander and I and April are on that account. So we're getting all your notifications. That's all for today's bonus episode, and I'll see you next week.